The message popped up in the family group chat at 9:42 p.m. Hey everyone, Thanksgiving dinner at our place this year. Can't wait to see you all. Everyone reacted instantly. Hearts, smiles, excitement. Everyone except me. I stared at the screen, waiting, refreshing, hoping maybe there was another message. There wasn't. Then my mom sent a follow-up. Let's keep it small this year. Immediate family only. That's when my chest tightened. Because I am immediate family. So I texted her privately. Hey, did you mean to leave me out? 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Came back again. Then her reply hit like a slap. It's just, your job might make things uncomfortable for your brother. Uncomfortable? I read it again. And again. But that wasn't even the worst part. Because deep down, I already knew exactly what she meant. Didn't respond right away. Just sat there staring at my phone like it had personally betrayed me. My job. The same job that paid my bills, helped them during hard times, and kept me afloat when no one else checked in. Suddenly, it was an embarrassment. Not a struggle, not a sacrifice. Just something to hide. But that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was who they were protecting. My older brother, Daniel. The golden child. The one who could do no wrong. Corporate job, perfect smile, polished life. The kind of person people proudly introduce at dinners. This is my son. The one who made my parents feel validated. And me, I worked as a nightclub photographer. Not a criminal. Not doing anything illegal. Just capturing moments, lights, people, energy. But in their eyes, that world wasn't respectable. It didn't fit the image they wanted to present. Still, I had never asked them to understand it. Just accept me. I finally replied, got it. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. She reacted with a thumbs up. A thumbs up. That tiny icon said more than any paragraph ever could. The next morning, I woke up earlier than usual. My apartment felt quieter than it ever had. No messages, no follow-up. No, we didn't mean it like that. Just silence. But something inside me shifted. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I didn't even feel angry in the way I expected. It was different, colder, clearer. If my presence embarrassed them, and maybe it was time I stopped trying to fit into spaces where I was never truly wanted. So I made a decision. I would work on Thanksgiving. At first, it felt like a distraction. It's a way to avoid sitting alone with everything. But as the day got closer, it started to feel like something else entirely. Purpose. The club owner called me 2 days before. Big event, packed night. You ready? More than ever, I said, and I meant it. Thanksgiving night came, and while families gathered around tables, I stepped into a completely different world. Music pulsing, lights flashing, people alive. In the moment, and for the first time in a long time. I didn't feel like I needed to explain myself. I just belonged. But that wasn't even the turning point. Around midnight, the energy shifted. A well-known lifestyle magazine team walked in. I recognized them instantly. They were known for scouting raw talent, especially in unconventional spaces. I didn't think much of it at first. Just kept working, capturing moments, real ones. No filters, no forced smiles. It's just people being exactly who they were. At one point, one of them approached me. "You've got a good eye," she said. I nodded politely, not expecting anything more. But she didn't leave. She stayed, watched me work, asked questions, and before I knew it, she said something that made my heart pause. "We're doing a feature on emerging photographers. You interested?" I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, because it felt unreal. "Okay," I said quietly. We exchanged details, and just like that, something changed. But here's where it gets interesting. A week later, the feature went live. My photos, my story, my perspective. It spread faster than I ever imagined. Shares, comments, messages from people who saw themselves in what I captured. And then my phone rang. It was my mom. I let it ring. Not out of anger, But because I needed a second to process what this meant, I answered. Her voice sounded different, softer, careful. We saw the article, she said. I stayed quiet. It's impressive, she added. Impressive, not embarrassing, not uncomfortable, just impressive. Then she said something I didn't expect. Your brother shared it with his colleagues. I blinked. Of course he did. Because now it was something to be proud of. That old familiar feeling crept in. It's the one that said, now you're acceptable. But this time, I didn't chase. I didn't need their approval anymore, because I had already found something better. Self-respect, I thanked her. Kept it short, calm, and when the call ended, I realized something powerful. They didn't change because they understood me. They changed because the world validated me. And that's exactly why I stopped needing them too. Because the truth is, the problem was never my job. It was the lens they chose to see it through. And once I stopped trying to adjust that lens, everything became clearer, including who I was. And who I was never going to shrink for again. If you've ever felt like you had to hide parts of yourself just to be accepted, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not the problem. The way people choose to see you says more about them than it ever will about you. Sometimes the very thing they call embarrassing becomes the reason the world notices you. So don't shrink. Don't apologize for your path. And definitely don't wait for approval that only shows up when it's convenient for others. If this story hit you in any way, I want you to share your experience in the comments. Let people know they're not alone, because someone out there is going through the exact same thing right now. And if you want more real, powerful stories like this, stories that remind you who you are, make sure you subscribe, 'cause your story matters. 2.